Windy and the Lost Key, A Christmas Story. Chapter 2. To the City of Arboron. Marie and Katie were sitting on the floor of the coach, holding hands, and Debbie was looking through one of the windows, holding Windy tightly in her arms so that he could see the view. They flew off into the morning sky, flying swiftly over the rooftops.
"Look, Windy, there's my school,"
shouted Debbie excitedly.
"And there's my teacher, Mrs. Tadpole, taking her dog for a walk." "Hello, Mrs. Tadpole, Merry Christmas,"
cried Debbie out of the coach window.
"She can't hear you, silly."
Marie was laughing at her little sister.
"And don't lean too far out."
They flew across the snow-covered rooftops, valleys, mountains and seas, anxiously looking out of the windows at the views whizzing beneath them. As the coach began to slow down, it appeared to be looking for somewhere to land. Far more gracefully than it looked, it landed in a clearing in a wood. The city of Arboron was built in the shadows of an enormous mountain called Rainbow Mountain. Its appearance was matched by the backdrop of ever-clear skies which had helped shape the city to what it was this day.
"We are in the mysterious wood and we need to get a move on."
Katie was trying to put Windy in her pocket as she spoke.
"I think I'd like to go home now,"
Debbie muttered, climbing out of the coach, quickly followed by Marie.
"It isn't a bad place to be. Most of the creatures are sleepy or asleep. They won't bother us too much. As long as we stay away from jagged wood, we will be fine,"
Katie told them. The wood was tremendous, clear and young. Its canopy was marked by willow, sycamore and oak. Their crowns allowed cascading lights to shimmer through. Swooping branches swayed from the willow trees and a variety of flowers, which desperately tried to avoid the shadows, looked almost out of place in the otherwise uniform scenery. A disharmony of beastly noises echoed in the air, and clashed with the swaying of treetops in the wind.
"Where is Jagged Wood?"
asked Debbie and Marie.
"Beyond Rainbow Mountain,"
said Katie.
Where is Rainbow Mountain?
chorused the sisters. Changing the subject and realizing the girls were still wearing their nightwear, Katie turned to them both.
"Now before we go, you must both have some decent clothes, so stand still a minute."
First she pointed to Marie. Ping! Her nightdress vanished and in its place appeared a stylish emerald green jacket which flowed with a cowl neckline, gracefully revealing an ornate dress underneath it. She had a large ribbon worn high around her waist. On her feet were the most beautiful soft velvet green ballet pumps.
"Wow!"
was all Marie could say, spinning around. Debbie crossed her fingers behind her back and prayed she didn't have to wear anything so fancy and old-fashioned. Turning to Debbie, Katie performed her magic. Ping! Debbie could barely dare to open her eyes. In place of her favorite pair of yellow pajamas, she wore an ornate top. Over the top was a long-sleeved purple silk jacket which came down to her knees. She also wore a pair of trousers, which were quite wide and went down to furred boots. They felt very comfortable and were quite simple in design.
"Can I have a different outfit, please?"
asked Debbie, not altogether pleased with looking like she did, preferring to wear jeans, hoodie and trainers, and maybe even a cool cap.
"No, there isn't time,"
Katie whispered, starting to walk quickly down one of the paths signposted to Toyland. As they made their way down the winding uneven path, they saw the silhouettes of creatures similar to those you would see at home in your garden or when out for a walk. They saw thin creatures, crawling creatures, and what they thought might be hairy creatures of some sort. Debbie kept brushing tiny creatures off her coat until Marie told her to stop it. They could feel their excitement rising as a whole new world unfolded before them.
If you enjoyed this story, you can find more in this channel. Please like and subscribe. Thank you and have a good time.